Hello friends, it's Spicy and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would do something a little bit different. I'm going to provide some commentary while we watch a recent video that I recorded. This past weekend I had my family come visit for my birthday, and the way I wanted to celebrate it was by going to the bowling alley. So the 5 of us went bowling. Before we get into the video, you know who I am and you know what I do, so like, subscribe, and hit the bell too. Helps me out, lets me know that you like what I'm doing. And yeah, let's go ahead and start the video. So up first is my sister. We're gonna call her Sister Spicy, and she's bowling my old ball. Actually, our hands fit the same ball. It was pretty cool. I actually ended up giving it to her. It's hers now. It's a great little spare ball. No added weight into it, no asymmetric weight. So it just, goes straight down the lane. And then we see Papa Spicy now. The lanes were pretty oily today. We're used to bowling in pretty dry conditions, me and Kevin. Kevin's bowling now. Y'all know him though. And we also found out that the outside boards are much drier than anything else. So it's a traditional house pattern where it narrows at the tip. That makes no sense. Oh look, it's me. It's Spicy. So we ended up getting assigned to the global side of a bolero, which was a little bit unfortunate because you can't see anything. Oh, and there's Mama Spicy bowling now. Not too bad of a job. Oops. So unfortunately, yeah, it was global, so we couldn't see any arrows. We could see like barely any of the boards. So it took a minute for us to get our bearings. Something that was really cool though, my warm-up shot, I got a strike, which I thought was pretty funny. Usually it immediately hooks and goes into the gutter. I never see my ball actually roll to the end of the lane because our lanes are so dry where we usually bowl. So yeah, that was interesting in and of itself. I was really happy with my position of release today. And I really tried to get that 10 pin with a messenger and it just didn't quite work out, but that's okay. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Here's my sister going again. Pretty nice shot, very straight down the line. 7 pins, that's good. Very head on that time with Papa Spicy. Not a lot of hooks, so we didn't get into the pocket. So because the lanes are so oily towards the center, it tapers in. Getting a hook from the middle of the lane is really difficult to do. Usually we can do that, again, at our other lanes due to the dry lanes, but that wasn't really the case here. If you wanted the ball to hook, you had to hit in the outer 5 to 10 boards. I think it was actually the outer 5 boards. You'll see Kevin do that later. Here I am trying to hit the split. Close, but no cigar. I knew immediately when I threw it that wasn't it. 9 pins. Ouch. There it is. Look at that.
Out is fine, but anything 10 and above is really oily. Let's throw it to the
5 board out is 5. And the issue with that for me, bowling on the 5 board or out, is my ball doesn't have a lot of flare. So the hook isn't super extreme. It's pretty straight, pretty narrow, which is my preference. But if we're bowling in more oily lanes, it's pretty much a straight ball at that point. I've gotten really good at practicing with my house ball because I don't have a spare yet. That's 14 pounds, so I pick up my spares with my current ball, which is a Hustle Camo, 14 pounds. I love it. I've been very happy with it. I'm used to bowling in dry lanes, so I haven't really had an issue with the flare up until today, but I still got a 164 on my first game, which is pretty good for me. Not quite my highest score ever, but up there. So, yeah, definitely better than dry lanes, but still quite the learning curve. And Kevin has a 14-pound Zenith, is his ball, and that's got a lot of hook. And it's like just off the pocket every time I shoot the ball. Just off the pocket. Yeah, and there's that messenger I wanted. Nice shot from Mama Spicy. So Papa Spicy was having a bit more of a rough time with the arrows, so I recommend to him a little bit later on in the video that he aim for the 6-pin, which is something that Juan told us when we got our lesson. I'll link that video here somewhere. Yeah, so Juan Fonseca, who was our bowling coach, and actually we have an upcoming lesson with him, I think in October, so I'll record that as well. But he recommended that we look at the 6-pin and aim for that when you're bowling, because there are a couple ollies recently who have been eliminating the arrows on their boards, and now they're just zones, I believe is what he was using the term for them. So the pins are always consistently in the same spot, so that helps with angle. There it is.
I like that tip.
That was a beautiful release. Not a lot of hook in there, but nicely done, Kevin. Oh, that was lucky. All right, so here I am telling Mama Spicy to hold the ball at a 90-degree angle really close to her center of gravity. She was starting holding the ball up really high, closer to her shoulder, so I encouraged her to go for more 90-degree angles to get a more straight swing, and it helped her a lot. In watching this video back, I could tell that I get all of my animated expressions, good or bad, on how I bowl from Papa Spicy. I thought it was funny.
Yeah. I was watching.
Him and I are just as
I forgot the
dramatic
style,
every
that's why.
time.
Knock knock. 10 pin.
Oh, another split. Got a lot of splits this game. Oh yeah, I remember this. My thumb got stuck in the ball both times, so it was starting to get a little bit hot and humid, and because of that my thumb was swelling up and it got stuck in the ball. When the thumb gets stuck in the ball, you release the ball late, and when that happens, the ball will cross over and it usually skews to the left instead of aiming on the right side. So I put a little bit of baby powder on my thumb to help with the release. And I usually kind of dry off my thumb a little bit too, so I don't have too much because it will slip out right away. but it's super helpful. 10 out of 10 recommend. Baby powder on your thumb if your ball is getting stuck there. Nice messenger, but didn't quite get a spare that time. And you can see the release is way better, and I get a strike.
Yeah, baby. That's the best frame to get a strike on.
2 strikes! So this is the 10th frame, and I have 1 more to go. I'm really hoping for a turkey, and 9 pins. How bittersweet. 164 though, total for that one, so that was pretty cool. And my sister is starting to get kind of frustrated with the ball constantly going in the gutter. Completely understandable. It can be really frustrating, like trying to get the ball to go down the lane, and everybody's trying to help you, and you get to a point where you're like, I just don't want any more advice. I just need to simplify. And because of that, oh, nice strike, Papa V. Or was that a spare? It was a spare. But still, got an extra frame.
Generally, when it's not league and a house pattern, they'll do kind of like a pyramid shape. So the more outside you go, the drier it is, and the more middle, longer, there's more oil. So it's a pyramid out and a pyramid in as well. So the density in the middle is definitely a lot more than the sides. That's why I've been playing on the right
So
side.
because my sister was getting really frustrated with making things too complex for her to understand and make adjustments, I recommended we go even simpler, and I kind of gave her space, but once she kind of cooled off a little bit, I recommended we do a 1-step approach, because I noticed that she was struggling the most with her cadence, so her coordination with stepping and swinging the ball simultaneously. So we took out the steps and we just did a single step in the approach, and I think it helped her so much. And she had a really great rest of the game after that, so yeah, it was good. That I for sure thought I was going to get a gutter ball. This is the second game that we just started, and I don't think we quite finished this game before my battery died, but it's a good looking spare there. That was pretty good. So sometimes she's ending on her right leg, and sometimes she's ending on her left leg. So we decided to change that up and just get as consistent as possible and as simple as possible. And we all for sure thought that was a spare. That was pretty brutal for Papa Spicy. And Kevin really started getting a good understanding of those outer boards and exactly where to throw the ball to get the best hook. It's pretty awesome. Meanwhile, I'm getting splits left and right. My first game was definitely my best, and I got worse from there. I was actually trying to hit the inside of the 10 pin. I thought that was my best chance at ricocheting off of the side and getting a messenger on 8 pin, but it didn't quite work out. Papa Spicy kind of had a similar issue where the ball wasn't getting quite enough hook for how he was throwing it, and so he would hit the pocket, but it wouldn't strike because he wasn't getting the right angle. Oh, a lot of just barely missed 10 pins. And there's my dramatics. Good shot, but didn't quite knock all the pins down. So here I am talking my sister now through that 1-step approach. I'm telling her that all of her weight should be on that right leg. She should be able to lift her left leg up, and from there she's going to swing the ball, and she's going to slide her weight onto that front leg and release the ball simultaneously. I told her she can either start holding the ball up or she can start it swinging, whatever feels more comfortable. Immediately right out the gate, way better. And a back. so close to her first spare of the game. So close.
No, I was focusing on that.
Dang, I really thought that was a strike too. It's a good shot.
Ah, the hook. I found it. Ah, the hook.
And just barely misses that 7 pin. Good shot, not enough hook. Ooh! Hold on to that. I didn't even watch the ball. I knew it wasn't going to do anything good. She got a spare. Ooh! Wow. That was a very impressive strike. That was on the one board. Holy wow. Holy wow. And then there's me. Some really good releases though. I'm really happy with the way that the ball is releasing from my hand and getting a good level. Just need to practice more with more early lanes. Really nice shot from my sister. This is where I get it from. This. Ooh, nice spare. Not quite on the outside boards, so yeah, definitely didn't get there in the hook. So a common issue with the thumb getting stuck in the ball as well. Wow, nice strike, Mama Spicy. I see you. A common issue with the thumb is that when you're holding the ball, you're putting too much tension on the pad of the thumb versus lifting the thumb. You should be holding the ball, lifting that thumb up so that when the ball releases, the ball falls out of the thumb first and then it comes out of the fingers last. If you're holding onto the ball with your thumb gripping in, you hold onto the ball too long, release late, and the ball goes across the lane. And there's the dance. And she started throwing with her shoulder, and that was the reason why she started kind of crossing it, cutting across the lanes. Her shoulder was getting thrown forward too much, and so she started cutting across the lanes because of that. I think Kevin gave her some advice that your hand should point towards where you want the ball to go, and I think that that helped correct her form a little bit. Went for the messenger, didn't get it. I was pissed too, but the ball didn't quite hook enough and didn't quite hit at the right spot. It is what it is. This was a very impressive spare from Mama Spicy. Well done. Again, another very nice bear. So over here, I had told Kevin to try going through the middle of the lane, and he said there's too much oil, and there clearly is too much oil. This is me admitting my mistake. And then I moved to the right, adjusted my starting position. The beauty of having the flare smaller on my ball is that I can start in the same position and consistently bowl that part of the lane and do just fine. Yeah, so I think we made it about a game and a half before my phone lost its battery. I really need to charge up my external charger so I can get through the entire practice. A couple of upcoming videos in relation to bowling that I want to do that I'll be shooting very soon is upcoming league against Kevin. We're on separate teams this season. Normally we bowl together, but we wanted to try to spice things up and be on different teams and see what would happen. It's been fun, but I definitely miss my partner. So I think we'll be joining up again together after this league. But next week is pretty special because we are bowling against each other. So it's the first time we get to bowl together on league since we split our team. So that's gonna be pretty fun. We'll see who wins and who loses. And I'll definitely record that. I'm really excited about doing that. I'll charge up my external charger after I finish recording this video right now. So that's coming up. And then we also have an upcoming lesson with Juan again in early October, I believe. So I'll record that as well. And I'm sure we'll get some more gems of wisdom rained down on us by the great Juan. So yeah, that's the video for today. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you sticking around until the end, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, bye.